British English has always been full of strange, quirky and unusual words, many of which can leave people scratching their heads. These words and phrases are simply not taught in English classes or textbooks. So today I'm going to test your knowledge. Let's see how many British words and phrases you know, and hopefully by the end of this lesson you won't be scratching your head anymore. So, are you ready? Let's get started. All you have to do is choose the correct meaning, and don't forget to let me know which one was your favorite, as well as how many you guessed correctly. Let's start with an easy one. What does a doddle mean? A doddle. Does this mean A, an easy task or something simple, B, a type of dance, or C, a type of noodle? It's A, and I hope that was easy because I did say it was going to be easy, so it should have been a doddle. For example, making this dinner is a doddle. It's just a bit of chopping and stirring. Next is a very common phrasal verb that most native speakers use all the time. To rustle up. To rustle up. Does this mean A, to clean something thoroughly, B, to prepare something quickly, especially food, or C, to organize a meeting or an event? It's B this time. It means to prepare a quick meal, usually with any ingredients that you have available in that moment. For example, don't worry about dinner, I'll rustle up something with what's left in the fridge. And another common phrasal verb, to waffle on. To waffle on. Does it mean A, to make waffles for breakfast, B, to talk too much, especially about things that are not important, or C, to walk around aimlessly? It's B once again. For example, I love a good chinwag, but he does tend to waffle on a bit too much. So a chinwag, in case you don't know, is an informal way to describe a conversation between two or more friends. So this is considered slang. For example, my friend came round to my house and we had a nice chinwag. So we had a nice conversation or a nice catch up. Next, what is a lollipop man or a lollipop lady? Is it A, a man or a woman who helps children cross the road near a school, B, a man or a woman who sells sweets, or C, a traditional British dessert? Believe it or not, it's A. Here's an example sentence for you. We had to wait for the lollipop lady to stop the traffic before we could cross the busy road. And I'm not really sure why people say lollipop, but I have one theory. They hold a traffic sign that looks like a gigantic lollipop. I'm not kidding. Look at the picture. And yeah, I guess it was easy for kids to remember. Definitely more fun than saying traffic warden or, crossing guard. Let me know down in the comment section if you've ever heard of a lollipop man or a lollipop lady. Okay, moving on. If someone tells you that they've slept like a log, does this mean that they've slept in an uncomfortable position? Or maybe they've gone camping and slept outside? Or they slept soundly and deeply? Correct answer is C. They've slept, let's say, very well. A log is a piece of tree trunk or a tree branch. So let me give you an example first. After a long walk, I slept like a log and didn't wake up until the morning. So the expression to sleep like a log comes from the idea that logs are heavy, solid objects that don't move unless somebody moves them. So when someone sleeps like a log, it means that they slept deeply without moving much, just like a log. Next, if someone tells you to get a wiggle on, does it mean A, start dancing, B, hurry up, or C, relax? The correct answer is not A. It's B. It means hurry up or move faster. For example, the bus is just about to leave, so get a wiggle on if you want to catch it. I love this next one. If someone says to you, I don't know if I'm coming or going, does it mean A, they cannot find their keys, B, they are confused or feeling overwhelmed. Or C, they are deciding where to go next. And it's B, they are confused or feeling overwhelmed. For example, with all the last-minute changes to the schedule, I don't know if I'm coming or going at this point. So maybe I'm feeling overwhelmed or confused by the changes, and I don't know if I'm coming or going. Another one, if you find yourself taking children to school and picking them up from school, is this called A, a school trip, B, a school run, or C, a school walk? The correct answer is B. We call this a school run. So regardless of whether you are taking the children to school or picking them up from school, we call this a school run. You could be walking to school, running to school, driving, taking the bus or a train. It's always referred to as a school run. For example, I was late to work this morning because of the school run. The traffic was awful. This next one is also related to school. If a child is served food in a school, do we call this A, school breakfast, B, school lunch, or C, school dinner? Believe it or not, this is most often referred to as a school dinner. Yep, makes no sense, right? Well, actually, in British English, the term school dinner refers to the midday meal, so the meal served at lunchtime. This can seem confusing, especially since dinner traditionally refers to the evening meal in many parts of the world, right? But in the UK, it has a historical background. So historically, dinner was the main meal of the day, and in many rural areas, this meal was eaten in the middle of the day, especially in earlier centuries when people had different work schedules. Most people were farm workers. But over time, the meaning of dinner shifted in a lot of the urban areas to refer to the evening meal. But in some parts of the UK, and especially in schools, the term dinner continued to be used to describe the midday meal. And as a result, school dinner became the common phrase for the meal served to children during the lunch break at school. And it has stuck over time, even though lunch has also become a widely accepted term for the midday meal. But when I was in school, it was always referred to as school dinners, and they were delicious, even though they weren't very healthy. And one more phrasal verb, to muck about. To muck about. Does this mean A, to engage in a physical workout, B, to act in a silly or playful way, often wasting time, or C, to talk too much for far too long? And the correct answer is B, to act in a silly or playful way, often wasting time. For example, stop mucking about and get on with your homework. You've got loads to do. So stop wasting time. And that's it, guys, your little taster into the kind of English language we actually use. Let me know if you've learned anything new today and how many you got right. And also, don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed the lesson, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you again next Friday. Same time, same place. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.